bro. You smashing all these different chicks, putting all these bodies under your belt. It's not worth catching something that you cannot get rid of, fellas. Yeah, they got medicine and antibiotics for some stuff, but some stuff they don't. And you ain't finna sit here and tell me a piece of booty is worth you catching something that you cannot get rid of and potentially die from. It ain't worth it, man. Shalom, my brothers. What is good, YouTube family? In this video, we're going to be talking about 5 reasons you need to stop watching red pill content immediately. Now, before we get into the video, make sure you guys smash that like button. Leave any comments, questions, concerns in the comment section of the video. Subscribe to the channel. We're going to keep going. We're going to keep growing one day at a time. Now, let's get into what you guys came here to see. 5 reasons why you need to stop watching red pill content immediately. Reason number 1 is there is nothing godly or righteous about red pill content. It's actually very devilish and demonic. So let's talk about that. But first, let's write that one down. Now, as you can see, I wrote down red pill content isn't godly or righteous. It's devilish and it's demonic. The reason I say that, fellas, is I know a lot of people are going to take this wrong, but ever since I've been on semen retention, but more importantly, ever since I've established a relationship with the Most High, I try to do my best to live my life in a godly manner. I try my best to live my life in a way that Jesus would have lived his life. I'm not comparing myself to Jesus. I'm not saying I'm perfect like Jesus. I'm not saying I walk on water like Jesus. I'm not saying I'm here to save humanity like Jesus. What I'm saying is, from everything that I've read in the Bible about Jesus and everything that you naturally hear in life about Jesus, that is the way that I try to pattern my life. I try to live my life in a way that what I know from what I read about Jesus, I try to live my life in a way that he would have lived his life, and a way that he would still be living his life if he were walking on earth still today. So when you're watching red pill content and these guys are teaching you guys to manipulate women and sleep with all these different women and all of that type of stuff and play mind games and all of that, does that sound anything like something Jesus would have did? If you're a godly person, man, and you believe in God and you live your life in a very righteous way, as righteous as you can live your life, does any of that stuff sound like something that Jesus would have did? Does it sound like Jesus would be manipulating women? Does it sound like Jesus would be jumping from bed to bed with different women? Does it sound like Jesus would do anything like that? You know what that sounds like to me? All of that manipulation and lying to women and all of that stuff, all of that sounds to me like something that the devil would do. That don't sound nothing like something Jesus would do. It don't sound like nothing that's a godly thing to do. It sounds like something that the devil would do. That sounds like something that the devil would partake in, manipulating women and lying to women. What do that sound like, man? The enemy is here to steal, kill, and destroy, man. Manipulation and lying to people and destroying relationships. Because when you sleeping with all these different women, 9 times out of 10, man, you sleeping with a woman that's either married or in a relationship. You destroying people's lives by doing that type of stuff, man. It's nothing godly about that. I don't care what anybody say. There is nothing godly about manipulating women, man. Nothing at all. I don't care what nobody say, man. Just ask yourself that question, man. Is manipulating and lying and sleeping with all these different women, is that something that Jesus would do? Ask yourself that question, man. And then ask yourself, is that something that the devil would do? And I guarantee you, I know which one you're going to say no to, and I know which one you're going to say yes to. And that right there proves my point. So let's talk about number 2. It's a movie that came out back in the 90s with Martin Lawrence and beautiful lady named, I think her name is Lynn Whitfield or something like that, called A Thin Line Between Love and Hate. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys, if not all of y'all that are watching this video and keep up with my content, man, I'm sure you guys are old enough to remember that movie, man. Thin line between love and hate. Now, you guys remember how in that movie, Martin Lawrence was like a player in that movie. He was messing with all these different chicks. He was playing with women's feelings and manipulating them and all that type of stuff. And that lady, that Lynn Whitfield, the character she played, now y'all remember how she turned out to be crazy and she ended up shooting people and ended up messing with his car and doing all that type of stuff. She ended up like bruising herself and beating herself up and blamed it on him, and he got locked up for a domestic case and all of that type of stuff. Y'all know what movie I'm talking about, a thin line between love and hate. Now y'all remember how when Martin was playing with that lady and he ended up getting the short end of the stick because he messed with the wrong woman? Number 2, it is dangerous. Play with the wrong woman if you want to. I'm telling you, fellas, especially the times we living in now, with all this stuff that's going on in the world, this is the absolute worst time to want to play with anybody, man. I'm telling you, when you start playing with people's feelings and playing with people's emotions, somebody is going to do something to you, man. And nowadays, you play with the wrong person, that person might unalive you, man. For real. Or that person might seriously hurt you, man. Or do something to themselves, and have you put in jail for it, or have some people come do something to you, man. This is not the day and age to play with anybody, man. It is so dangerous nowadays, man. It's not worth it, man, to be a player and to play with women and sleep with all these different women and manipulate and lie and control and play with people's emotions. It's not worth it, man. It is not worth it, man, because the times we living in now, somebody will really do something to hurt you, man. And it ain't worth it. For what, man? For what? Ask yourself, what are you doing it for, man? What are you manipulating women for, man? To stroke your own ego? It ain't worth it, bro. It's not. So be careful who you play with, man. Be careful, because you do that to the wrong woman, she's gonna hurt you, bro. Or even worse, she might unalive you. And y'all know what I mean by that. I'm not gonna say the word. But somebody will do something to you that they can't come back from, that you can't come back from, man. So be careful and stop playing with people, man. What you gonna do? You gonna play with the wrong woman. And that chick in that movie, A Thin Line Between Love and Hate, you saw everything she did to Martin. But nowadays, that ain't nothing. Somebody will do something worse than what that lady was doing. So be careful who you manipulating, who you playing with, man. I'm telling you. Don't learn the hard way, fellas. Do not learn the hard way. Now, let's get into reason number 3. I don't care what nobody say. I have every right to feel this way. It's my personal opinion. You might feel different, but number 3, the whole red pill attitude is feminine. Let me tell you why, and that's just my opinion, man. I'm going to tell you why I feel like the whole red pill alpha male attitude is feminine to me, man. I look at it like when I hear a lot of these guys talk, man, and they talk to you guys about manipulating women and F these H words and F these B words and all of that, and all women are, you know what I'm saying, H words and all that. Let me tell you something, man. It got to a point with me where all of that red pill alpha male stuff to me personally sound like a bunch of grown men that are butthurt because back in the day, they probably got their heart broke from their high school sweetheart or somebody that they thought they was going to be with for the rest of their life, man. All of that stuff to me sound like a bunch of grown men that never got over a breakup, man. So, man, this chick back in the day when I was in high school, or this chick I messed with when I was in my early 20s, man, she played me, man. She cheated on me and or I cheated on her and she caught me and she was doing stuff to me and I couldn't take it no more. So I'm going to just grow up and just be just a manipulative man and take what this one woman did to me 20 years ago. I'm going to just take it out on every woman that I ever meet in my life, man. And I'm going to teach other young men that don't know no better how to manipulate women and play with women because one woman screwed me over. So now it's just F every woman walking the earth. Like all of that just sound like a bunch of feminine, girly BS, man. Like grow up, man. Grab your sack, bro. It didn't work out, man. Get over it, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's like you want to manipulate and play with every single woman that you come across in life because one woman broke your heart. Get over it, man. Like that's really what all of that alpha male BS comes off as to me. Like a bunch of grown men that got they heart broke and never got over it. So now they just want to manipulate and just play with every single woman that they come across, man. Like, get over it, man. It sounds pathetic to me, bro. And I can't believe I used to really like buy into that, man. I used to really buy into that. All women are not to be trusted. All women are SLUTs. All women are 304s. All women are this. All women are that. Like, that sounds so feminine to me, man. You know what that sounds like to me? Y'all know how most females y'all meet always say, oh, guys ain't nothing. Guys always cheating. Guys always... That's exactly how those red pill alpha male guys sound, man. Like a female. That's exactly what that sounds like to me, man. Grown men on the internet teaching other grown men, other young guys, in a lot of cases, how to manipulate women because they got their heart broken. Now they want every man to take it out on every woman in the world. Like, that just sounds so feminine to me, man. I'm not even going to say the word that I really want to say, but they be sounding like a bunch of little B words, man. Yeah, I said it. All you alpha male content creators, red pill content creators, y'all are a bunch of B words, man. Now that I got that off my chest, let's get into reason number 4. Now, the 4th reason why you need to stop watching that red pill BS immediately is because you will ruin or block a relationship that was meant to be. I'm gonna tell you guys a personal story. In a lot of my videos, I know you guys always hear me bringing up my ex and when I was living down in San Antonio with my ex-girlfriend and all that type of stuff. I'm gonna tell you guys a personal story about me and her. Before me and her got into a relationship, she was my friend. She was really a close friend of mine, man. She wasn't nobody I grew up with or nobody I knew from high school or nothing like that. No, we met, while we was adults. You know what I'm saying? But we were friends before we got into a relationship. You know what I'm saying? And what ended up happening is around the time we got into a relationship, I was still going off that red pill alpha male BS. And I we ended up getting an apartment together and stuff, moved in together, and I'm under the influence of all this alpha male garbage, and I'm sitting here trying to play my girlfriend and mess around with all these different women, and I'm trying to manipulate my girl and manipulate all these other women I'm messing with outside of the house, and et cetera, et cetera. And y'all want to know what happened, man? The stuff that I was doing in that house and out of that house is a big reason why me and her are not together right now. I'm not going to sit here and put 100% of the blame on me because it was things that she did too that led to our breakup. But I'm going to be man enough and admit almost all of that stuff, if not all of it, that she was doing was because of stuff that I was doing. Those things she was doing, 9 times out of 10, was a reaction to things that I was doing. So if I wasn't bringing all that alpha male bull crap and manipulating and all that type of stuff into my house and trying to play my girlfriend and do all that goofy stuff, man, I probably would still be with that woman right now, man. I guarantee you that if I would have went into that relationship when we moved into that apartment and I wasn't doing none of that BS, I wasn't cheating, I wasn't trying to manipulate all these different women, I didn't have a corn addiction at the time, and I did, and my corn addiction was causing me to make decisions, not with this head, but the other head. I guarantee you, if I wasn't doing none of that stuff a few years ago when we was together, I guarantee you, me and her would still be in a relationship right now. Scratch that. I guarantee you, me and her would either be engaged or be married right now. I put that on everything, bro. I guarantee you, me and her will be engaged right now, man. But you want to know what I did? I ruined that relationship. Why? Because I was playing games. Why? Because I was under the influence of that red pill nonsense. And that led to me not only losing my girlfriend, But I lost my friend, bro. I destroyed a relationship, and I don't mean just relationship. Like, yeah, she was my girlfriend, but she was my friend, bro. That girl was my friend before we was anything. And I could have dealt with us breaking up and no longer being in a relationship with each other. I could have dealt with losing a girlfriend. But when we broke up, not only did I lose my girlfriend, I lost my friend, bro. So you guys need to be careful, man, because what's going to happen is, man, you going to play with the wrong woman, see number 2. And what's going to happen is you're going to ruin or block a relationship that was meant to be. And I'm not even going to lie. I feel like had I handled that relationship different than what I did, me and her would still be together right now, man, and she probably would have ended up being my wife, bro. I'm like almost positive of that, man. Guarantee you, somewhere in the alternate universe, if such a thing exists, I guarantee you it's a version of me that wasn't doing all that BS, and me and her are married right now. Guarantee you. But like a lot of you guys, I was under the influence of that red pill stuff, and I ended up not only losing my girl, but I lost my friend. And that's something that I have to live with for the rest of my life. So fellas, please be careful, man, because that red pill content ain't gonna do nothing but cause you to make bad decisions, and you gonna play with the wrong woman. And if she don't hurt you, bro, physically, mentally, emotionally, what she gonna do, bro? She gonna leave you, man. And you gonna be schooled over a good woman, man, for nothing, man. Just to stroke your own ego. Just a lot of people, man, you can't play with them, man. It's some women that I hate to say this, but some women kind of deserve it. But a lot of women don't deserve it, man. Some women, you just don't do that stuff to, man. You can't play with everybody, man. I don't want you guys to play with anybody, but some women, bro, are actually good women, and they not to be played with, bro. That's not for everybody, man. You can't do that to every woman. And by me making that mistake and playing with the wrong woman, I lost my girl and I lost my friend all at the same time, man. So I want you guys to be mindful of that and just learn from my mistake and realize you can't play with every woman, bro. Because what is going to happen is she going to leave you, and that's going to make you bitter, and you're going to blame her instead of putting the blame on yourself because you was playing with the wrong person and she decided she didn't want you to play with her no more, so she left. Just saying, man, learn from my mistakes. Now, let's get into reason number 5. Now, last but most certainly not least, number 5, you are at high risk of STDs or STIs or whatever you guys classify that stuff at, because when I was growing up, it was STDs, but in recent years, I think the last 10 years or so, they call them STIs now, but when I was growing up, it was STDs. So whatever you call that, you are at high risk of pretty much catching something in most cases that you can't get rid of. So you guys need to be careful of that red pill content, because all they teach you is female manipulation and how to sleep with a bunch of chicks. That's like really the 2 things that it boils down to when you watch that red pill stuff, man, is manipulate women and sleep with a bunch of chicks, man. Pump and dump and keep a rotation, keep a 4-5 girl rotation and all that. Man, it's just like the older I've got in like the closer I've gotten to God, you know, in recent memory, man, it's just like that whole red pill content, that alpha male BS, it's so ironic, because it's like they dress it up like it's alpha male energy and all that type of stuff, but when you really think about it and break it down, it's really like beta male stuff, man. That whole red pill content stuff, man, is really beta energy, man. You know, and it's weird because they sit and call guys beta males because they stick with one woman, but I'm an alpha male because I sleep with 5 different women. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just goofy, man. It's goofy. And then the times we living in, man, you need to be careful, because you're at high risk of catching something, because you don't know, and I'm going to try to be as respectful as I can. I'm not going to say nothing crazy and have my channel flagged or nothing like that. Man, a lot of times these days, you don't know who's who. You don't know what's what. And we gonna leave it at that. And you smart guys that think with this head and not that head know what I'm talking about. You don't know who's who nowadays, and you don't know what is what nowadays. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, it ain't meant for you to know what I'm talking about. So you guys, and even in a lot of cases, man, when you are messing with a chick, bro, or you messing with all these different women, man, and let's just say, for example, you messing around with 2 or 3 or 4, 5 other different chicks, you really think all of those women that you messing with, you think you the only one they messing with? Like, use your brain, man. You dealing with 3 different women, and you don't think those women are dealing with other people too? Like, it is just ridiculous, man. You guys got to use your brain, man. It's not that serious, bro. You smashing all these different chicks, putting all these bodies under your belt. It's not worth catching something that you cannot get rid of, fellas. Yeah, they got medicine and antibiotics for some stuff, but some stuff they don't. And you ain't finna sit here and tell me a piece of booty is worth you catching something that you cannot get rid of and potentially die from. It ain't worth it, man. For some booty, for some sex, it ain't worth it. So keep that in mind, man. And I was just like a lot of you guys, man. Some years ago, man, I used to buy into that whole red pill alphabet. What I liked about it, honestly, was the whole being on your purpose and women will chase you when you on. Now, I like that aspect of it, like being on your grind and chase your purpose in life and let women chase you. I believe in that aspect of it because you guys hear me talk about that in my videos. You chase your purpose, chase your relationship with God first, and then you let women chase you. And then once you've accomplished your goals and you are where you want to be in life, then you have the pick of the litter and you can decide who you want to deal with and who you don't. I don't ever say, okay, get on your purpose and let women chase you and then turn around and smash everybody. Like, I don't ever say that, bro, ever. The chick that I want you guys to deal with after you done chasing your purpose and you are where you want to be in your life, bro, that's when you notice out of all those chicks that's chasing you, which one is the one that's still there? Which one is the one that has been with you through your grind, through all your sacrifice because she believed in you? That's the chick you need to deal with, bro. Instead of turning around smashing all these different chicks, no, you need to weed out who was down with me when I didn't have my time for them, who was down with me when I was sacrificing and on my grind and on my purpose and doing my thing. Who's still here out of all them women? Who been patient enough to wait on me, pursue my purpose, man? That's who you guys need to be with, man. That's the chick you guys need to take it to the next level with. That needs to be your wife, man. And if you guys are watching this channel trying to get some red pill advice, bro, I don't give out that type of advice, man. I lived that type of life before. I'm good on all of that. I don't want to smash a bunch of different women because what's going to happen is you're going to invite a bunch of demons into your life because people have bad spirits. People have demons attached to them. And the more people you lay down with, the more chance you're going to have a bad spirit get attached to you and it's going to ruin your life. Don't believe me? Sleep with a bunch of women and watch what happens. Now, quick rundown of the list. Number 1, it isn't godly or righteous. It is devilish and demonic. Talking about red pill content, that is. Number 2, it is dangerous. Play with the wrong woman if you want to. Go watch that movie, A Thin Line Between Love and Hate. And that's what I mean by play with the wrong woman if you want to. Number 3, the whole red pill attitude is feminine. Very, very feminine. Number 4, you will ruin or block a relationship that was meant to be. I know through personal experience because that's what happened with my last girlfriend. Number 5, you are at high risk of STDs or STIs or whatever you guys call it because a lot of stuff that's out here these days you cannot get rid of, my friend. And I don't want that to happen to none of you guys. You know what I'm saying? So, hope you guys learned something from the video, man. I hope you guys take heed to my warning. Man, you got to give up that red pill content, man. Red pill content is similar to pornography, in my opinion, man. It's going to ruin your life. It's going to lead you down a dark path. And it's going to over-sexualize and overstimulate your mind to think you're supposed to make life about sex and life about women. And what it's going to do is going to cause you to make decisions, not with this head, oh no, but with that head down there. And you are going to ruin your own life if you don't get your sexual urges in check, my friend. So that being said, guys, please don't forget to smash the like button, leave a comment down below, and subscribe to the channel. We're going to keep going. We're going to keep growing one day at a time. Shalom, my brothers. I love y'all, man. Thank you for tapping in with me, man. Until the next video, take care.